Hello, welcome to the show. It is about telling the truth when we're writing, the surefire way to out skeletons in the closet. The show today is brought to you by the Your Family Story system, which helps you write a loved one's life story. And I'll have some free sections to this system at the end, so please stay with me. If you are brand new to Forever Young Autobiographies, it's where we learn to write life stories for family and friends so that unique memories can live on. And I'd be very thankful if you could follow, subscribe and like the show. So telling the truth, it sounds easy, but it's actually really difficult to execute, especially after years and decades. The truth becomes a little bit hazy, those memories start to fade. But as we near Halloween, I'm challenging you. Have you got any skeletons in your closet, in your family closet, that need outing in a life story project? This could be an autobiography, a memoir, a biography, or some other type of writing. So we need to figure out what is the definition of truth and what type of truths are there. And I will answer all of this in today's show. So please grab your vampire fangs or your witch's broomstick and let's go walk on the wild side and find out a little bit more about telling the truth. So let's start with what is truth. So telling the truth, it's basically the facts and reality of what has happened. It's very simple and it implies honesty and integrity, and it is based on actual evidence, so the facts. There's different types too of telling the truth. There's of course the factual truth, but we have ethical truth, logical truth, there's even mathematical truths. So that's a little bit of a foundation. But when we're writing, we probably need to start somewhere to figure out the truth. And the best place, I think, is to go to that evidence. So we're going to confirm the facts with some kind of proof. And a good way is with certificates. You might be familiar, of course, with birth certificates, death certificates, marriage certificates, and there's a whole lot of other certificates that you could use for this purpose. But also keep in mind there's other types of proof. There's things like private documents. Now this could be receipts, it could be bills, it could be personal papers. These kinds of things are great for proving facts. And in most cases, that's all you're probably going to need to confirm or deny some skeletons in the closet so that you can continue your writing. But if that's not the case, what do you do? Well, I suggest the second technique is to ask someone. Ask someone who was there, who knows what happened or can confirm or deny a certain event. But beware, with this tactic, it can kind of be you can come up against different people who have contradictory views of what happened. Now, this is not uncommon given the way memories are laid down. Both people will in fact be telling the truth, what they remember, but their recollections can differ. So what to do? You're trying to figure out this truth. You've asked some people who are there, different sets of opinions. Do we have to keep going? How do we solve this? I suggest for your life story that you put both accounts into your work, and you need to do this by clearly attributing each account. So one person is attributed to their version, another person is attributed to what they remember. And then you kind of leave it at that. You've given it to the reader to make their mind up about what the truth is. Where is the truth there? So you're still presenting it and letting them decide. But if we can't talk to anyone, what do we do then? Where do we go from uncovering a mystery? Well, I like to think you would put on your sort of investigative reporter's hat. You're going to act a little bit like a detective. We're going to think about the situation or the mystery in a logical manner. So we're going to think, what facts do I have? Who are the people involved? Where is this all happening? And is there any social pressures going on? What's the backstory? And if we've got all of that, then we can really ask what happened in our opinion. Like, why would that have happened, or how could it have happened? And then you're going to come up with a hypothesis, I suppose, of what you think was the likely truth. And you can include this in your life story, but of course you're going to definitely flag this with your reader. You're going to tell them, look, we don't know what's happened, but I've done this, looked at it from a couple of different ways, and I think ... this is what happened. And you're going to give them an idea, an informed idea of what you think possibly could happen. So that's 3 different techniques. There is a 4th, and that is what I like to call the X factor. This is when we have some unknown truth. We haven't been able to solve it with these other 3 techniques. And something doesn't feel quite right with what is the known truth. In inverted commas there. Something's niggling, there's some doubt. What do we do? And you're probably going to have to double check all your facts. You're going to have to think of new or creative tactics of inquiry. And you're going to follow this 6th sense to hopefully uncover the truth. So this is a bit of a creative wild card technique, but yes, do trust your gut instinct to uncover the truth. So there, everybody, that is pretty much how to write truthfully, different types of truth, and what is truth. So to recap, we did give that definition of truth. We've talked about some techniques to apply to writing truthfully. Firstly was to use the evidence. Second was to talk to people who were there. Thirdly, use logic, and that last one was, follow that 6th sense. There might be something else that's worth uncovering. Now, if you do all that, I'm hopeful that you will win your readers over with a truthful life story. That is the aim. The readers sense when things are all sunshine and rainbows. They know life has its light and its shade. So we need to make sure we put that in our life stories. Now, all of this that I've just mentioned, this show is a summary of a full article I have on the topic over at my website. So please go take a read over there. It's more in depth, and there's some links to some helpful articles that will give you some more ideas for your writing. To go there, go to foreveryoungautobiographies.com/tellthetruth. While you're there, leave me a comment, or while you're here right now, put in the comments, tell me, what's your family mystery, or what's your skeleton in the closet? Give me a little bit of intrigue, I'd love to know. You can also email me about planning to write, writing, editing, or publishing a life story. If you've got any questions or anything you're struggling with, go to foreveryoungautobiographies.com/contact. There's a form there, you can send me an email, and I would love to hear from you. At the beginning of the show, I mentioned it was brought to you by the Your Family Stories system. Now you can get some free section to this. Go to foreveryoungautobiographies.com/free. Put in your name and your email, and I will send that to you. Essentially, the system is a step-by-step guide I've developed. And as a journalist for a number of decades, I've come up with best practice or tips and tricks so that you can confidently interview a loved one and record their life story. And I show you how in this system, and I break it all down so it's really easy to follow. So I highly recommend you look at the system, or at least try those free sections. So I will be back again really soon with another topic, and I'd be very thankful if you could follow, subscribe, like the show, and even share it with a friend. Preferably not one like my skeleton buddy here. But enjoy your Halloween, and until next time, happy writing.